Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So, I am going to start by telling my people you see that nearest Asian store close to your house? Don't go there, sis. Don't go there, brother. 92%, 80% do not go there. I mean, it is their audacity for me coming out to tell that they are doing better than black people and all of that. It is because they do not put race first. And it is because that they do not focus so much on their history. Like, why is it that you blame a white man for all your problems? This man actually thought that he is smart. He thought he ate because all I can see, looking at him, all I can see is just a very tiny eyes. That even if you are 10 billion miles away, you will be able to know where he's from. Some people really think they are smart, but they don't know they are not. He was talking about modern minority, forgetting that is actually a slaw. When they can use the N word, they want to use that on you. Very crazy mindset. Lose them. They are not for people that look like me. Very corny people. I remember that I told you people that after election they disappeared on the internet. And this one is coming out to say, yeah, you know that we are good with deportation. Let them go. I am not trying to defend deportation because they knew that was going to happen. But everything about him is just off. Let's get into this video.
I'll say this, right? I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody. But it's like I've been seeing so many people asking Asian creators to speak up about the whole uh riots in LA and all these deportation things. This is something that a lot of people don't understand. Asian people, we support the country. We support the betterment of the country. We support that. So what is there to say? What is there to say? We support the deportations of illegals. It is honestly tiring because here's the thing. We want the country to be better. We want the country to be better. We want the country to, if you did it legally, if you stand in line, if you paid the price, right? You paid the money and all that, you did all the process, the paperwork, all the stuff, which usually most Asian people do. Why would we care about someone jumping in line, crossing the border, and all this stuff? Why should we, you know, be happy about that? We're not really this is the thing where we're not really dependent. Asian people aren't really dependent on uh, you know, migrant labor, right? Not like other people. We're not really dependent on migrant labor. So we're not going to cry that the U.S. is pretty much backing what they promised. The U.S. promised, or this presidency promised, that they would deport illegal immigrants. They're doing that. Why are you crying? Why are you crying about it? This is the thing where, you see it like these immigrants are waving the flags of other countries, burning down the flag of the U.S., and then you think Asian people want to support that? No, they want to stay away from that. They don't want to be grouped in with these people. That's the thing. Asian people want to, focus on themselves and their community and their country. They don't want to be grouped in with these people. So really, stop asking Asian influencers to speak up about it because you won't like what they say. You won't like what they say. So really, it's better off that they do the content that they're doing instead of, say things you don't like. Because here's the thing. Asian people don't want to focus on the negativity and, you know, say what they're really thinking. Deport, right? Deport illegal immigrants. They are fine with it.
Into the model minority myth since they entered this country. You never see Asians protesting. You never see Asians as a group sticking up for other groups, sticking up for themselves, even though they benefit from the fight that black people and other groups do. They are the most white aligning minorities. And they want to just be like absent from society. They're almost like they exist in America to follow the rules, to not ruffle any feathers, and just to support whatever America does. And that is like white is right. That's the way forward. Now, that's not all Asians, right? That's not everyone in that community, but that's typically why they're not looking to Asians to have a fight. When have you ever seen Asians fighting? I really want you to think long and hard about that. As black people, when have you seen Asians at the forefront of any fight? The only time I can think in history that I can think of that is when the riots happened in LA and the Asians were fighting back against being attacked. Other than that, so yeah, that's why they've been looking at black people and not Asians, because black people fight for everything. There's so much to unpack there historically with the way Asians arrived to this country versus the way that we exist in this country. No minority in this country exists how we do, because we've been here since before America was a country. So black people have been fighting since we came to this country 400 years ago. So the mentality of how they exist here versus how we exist here is just completely night and day. And I think that for them assimilating as much as they can and being as quiet as they can is just also culturally for them. They're Asians are not really loud, boisterous people on top of that. I'm not making excuses for them, but that's just to answer your question. I don't think anyone would ever look to Asians to spearhead a fight. But black people, they know we have been putting our lives on the line for a half a millennia because that's our existence.
That was a response or a kind of a critique or whatever about my video, one of my most popular video. I want to say this, right? I will never downplay the contribution that the black community has done to pretty much establish the rights of minorities in this country. I would never. They've done an amazing job, in my opinion. But here's the thing where it's going to be controversial. This is going to be controversial, and I'll probably get a lot of hate for this one too. This is the thing where whatever all his critiques about Asian people and stuff like that, okay. But let's take a step back. Let's take a step back and look at how the communities are doing, right? Constantly fighting. Constantly everything is about race, right? Constantly saying, oh, white is right, all that shit. Constantly fighting. Out of all the communities in the U.S., guess who's doing the best? Asian communities. They're doing better than even white communities. So maybe, okay, instead of, insulting Asian people or downplaying Asian people or, saying that, oh, Asian people don't spearhead any fights and stuff like that. How about stop fighting? And make the system work for you? Who cares? Why do we always have to play victimhood? Always have to fight each other? Why? Why must you always have to fight each other? That's the thing. Why must you always have to fight? Let's fight against the white man. How about not coexist? How about not make the system work for you? Because here's the thing. It is a fact that Asian families, even Asian individuals, right, are doing better than most other ethnic groups in the U.S. You have to understand that maybe they're doing something right. Yeah, I get it. The whole model minority is trying to be such a jab. But so what? At the end of the day, this is the thing with Asian people. You can insult us. You can push us down. We will persevere. But we don't need to fight you to prove that we're better than you or prove that, we're winning the fight. That's the thing. That's the thing where, oh, Asian people are not spearheading any fights. Okay, but guess what? Asian people, they're winning the fight. They're already winning the fight. Because imagine this, a world where black families, even black individuals, GDP, income, earning-wise, they're doing better than white people. Imagine that kind of world, right? Imagine that kind of U.S., right? Imagine that kind of America where individual black people and black families are doing better income-wise than the white families, than white individuals. Would you be complaining about reparations? Would you be complaining about the white man putting you down? Would you complain about anything? Would you need to be in fights? Would you? So this is the thing where, how about, thinking about all this black people and Asian people are different. Yeah, they're different. I'm sorry. They're smarter. They're going about life smarter. So, you want to compare and contrast, but I honestly believe, black people should follow Asian lead more than Asians should follow the black lead. So, what is there to say? What is there to say? We support the deportations of illegals.
To every Democratic operative within the sound of this video, to all Democratic supporters and consultants and all this other shit, I'm going to say something that's going to hurt your fucking feelings, and I don't care. There was never a coalition. There was never a coalition. This is what happens when you pander to the right. Everybody's true colors start coming up. There was never a coalition. The Democrats ignored its base for far too fucking long, and now the next generation is like, yeah, we support everything Trump doing. Do I think that man speaks for all Asian people? Absolutely the fuck not. No, I don't. In fact, I know he doesn't. But that speaks to a larger problem amongst leftists and left politics. This shit ain't a coalition. It isn't. The group that took on North Korea and to a larger extent China during the Korean War, that was a coalition. This leftist shit was never a coalition. I don't even know if the fucking thing exists. It was never a coalition. And the reason I can say that is this. What coalition do you know that falls apart like that? An existential threat showed up in the United States in 2015. An existential threat to the Constitution, democracy, Bill of Rights, everything. Everything. And when it won the first time, there were people that were pulling the reins on that bitch. Like, hey, bitch, hey, oh. And even with them pulling the fucking reins, this motherfucker still was managed to do trillions of dollars in damage. Financially, heartfelt, all that. So when this existential threat showed up again, because mind you, he's been running for the fucking office since he lost it. Actually, he's been running for the office since he won election the first time. This coalition, this wall that's supposed to protect us from this shit fell the fuck apart. Everybody thought they knew better than the truth. What did our left-leaning politics give us? What did it give us? Jill Stein, who can still run for president and still have people supporting her. That bitch, the international Green Party told her to stand her punk ass the fuck down. Do you think the bitch listened? Nope. No. Harm reduction has gone out the motherfucking window. About me. We sound like the left sounds like the Republicans now. Me. And who is left in the lurch? The people that depend on leaders and activists to be smarter than their opponents. When everybody got an agenda and nobody wants to listen to anybody else's agenda, the only people that lose are the less of us. Those are the only ones that get fucked in the deal. Now here this man is, basically parroting white supremacy talking points. Nothing that came out of his mouth didn't come out of Stephen Miller's mouth first. Nothing. Because America has a history of making Asian and Pacific Islander people model minority. Doesn't matter where you come from, Korean, Japanese, Chinese, doesn't matter. Filipino, doesn't matter. They think you're the model minority, which is a slur. I want you to understand that. Model minority is a slur. They basically calling you the N-word and you just think it's great. And they've been doing it for so long that some motherfuckers have adopted it. You couple that with this uncharismatic bag of shit that we have as president of the United States, and there you go. There you go. And what is the left doing? Appealing to the white boys that are the foundation for that bullshit. Listen, either white men gonna get it or they ain't. It's as simple as that. We can't keep stopping forward progress because white men want to feel centered. You either want to be a part of the goddamn collective or you want to be individual. If you want to individual your ass out in the motherfucking woods. Because you're going to die working your ass off trying to bootstrap your life like your daddy did and his daddy did and his daddy did. We can't save you. Sorry. You can think you are an embarrassed future millionaire if you want to, but go over in the corner with that shit. But I'm talking about the marginalized communities here in America. the ones that overwhelmingly support the left side of the politics. We can't even get along. We can't even get along. You have Muslims and Jews fighting over Gaza. They're fighting here, but the actions are going over there. Are they going to talk? Fuck no. Sit down, have a conversation? Nah. It's either you're a Zionist or you're Hamas, period. You have black and brown folk. A long-ass history of being on the bottom rung. Long-ass history. You would think that would strengthen our resolve for each other. Nope. Fuck nope. Because in some of these Spanish-speaking families, to be called negro is a bad fucking thing. Blacks and Jews. We're the first two to get it. 1 and 1A. When the white folks, when them goddamn Europeans want to show their superiority, they come after the blacks and the Jews. Do we get along? Nope. Black and Korean. Black and Asians. We don't get along. For every Stop Asian Hate, there's a Latasha Harlins. If you don't know who she is, look her up. And we are all fighting here. And we ain't even bringing the LGBTQIA+. Fuck, shit, no. All of us have a collectivist mentality. But don't nobody want to actually think about that in human rights terms. And some with good reason. Black folks, we have good reason to be distrusting. But here this man is, in front of a camera with a microphone where people can see and hear him, basically saying out loud, we're okay with the deportation, the inhuman deportation. So one marginalized group is okay with another marginalized group getting kicked the fuck out of here illegally, no due process. But this man goes into this video and says, we voted to make the country better. How the fuck do you make the country better? By ignoring the fucking rights that a human being in the United States has. How the fuck do you make the country better? By ignoring things like birthright citizenship. How you do that? Then he goes on in that video, because you have to go find a longer one, where he says, we don't depend on immigrant work. He said it, not me, he did. But this is why the Democrats continue to get their ass whooped. This is why the left is looked at as a joke. What did Will McAvoy say? If liberals are so goddamn great, how come they lose so goddamn often? Because there was never a coalition. There could be. There should be. We have a good chance to make one. But we got to come to the table with human rights involved. They're fighting for individual bullshit. We should be fighting for the collective good of all people. It's not going to happen in my lifetime. And I'm 53. I could die tomorrow. I could die in 40 years. But we're going to continue to get our ass whooped. Because the left side has never been united, and it's never been a coalition. We're a friend group that texts each other. That's it.
You know, this is funny. I think I'm the most hated guy on TikTok right now. Right now, I think I'm the most hated. And you know what? I don't care. I don't care. Because of my last few videos about, I support America. I support legal immigration. I'm fine with the deportation of illegal immigrants. They have to get back in line and wait and, go through the right way. I support not viewing everyone by race, okay? Not caring if you're black, white, Asian, whatever. We're all Americans. I don't support the white man is evil. I don't support that shit. I don't support hating your country, right? Burning down your flags, waving the flags of other nations while living in this country. You're disgusting. I don't support, naming myself a victim, right? Like some of my black detractors, okay? Always the victim, always the white man, okay? Be scared of the white man, the boogeyman, okay? The white man is the boogeyman. They put me down, okay? Trying to label me model minority. I don't give a shit, okay? I don't give a shit. Like I said in other videos, this is the thing. The Asian community, whether you like it or not, we don't need to fight everything, okay? Everything does not have to be about, fighting the white man, afraid of the white man, hating the white man. No, what we care about is, you know what? The betterment of our family, the betterment of ourselves, okay? We care about the betterment of our country that we're living in. Asian community, okay? Asian families, even Asian individuals, we are doing better than most minorities. We're doing better. Our Asian families are doing better than white families. So really, what does that say? How about stop making everything a battle? Stop fighting the white man on everything, okay? In 2025, we are all free, okay? We have all the opportunities, not the outcome, okay? We have all the freedom of opportunities. We're not owed freedom of outcome. We are not suffering besides making ourselves suffer. Stop making everything a fight. Stop making everything a black and white fight, you know? But hey, I'm just a nobody Asian man saying the shit. But here's the thing. All this battling, all this fighting, all this hating your country, what is that getting you? All this thinking about the past, slavery, reparations, exclusion, all this shit about the past, I get it. I don't discredit, the ugly history. But here's the thing. Being shackled to your history does you what? How's that help your future? How's that been for you? Like this is the thing where my black detractors, how is blaming the white man for everything that's your problem, right? Everything that's happening, making the white man your boogeyman, how's that helping you? Are you doing better than ever? Because here's the thing, Asian people, they are. And they haven't been here as long as you. Right? They haven't been here as long as you. They have exactly the same rights as you. In 1 or 2 generations, Asian people are doing better than even white people. So how about stop your victimhood? Stop blaming the white man for everything. Maybe you'll do better. But hey, you know what? Again, like I said, I'm a nobody. But yeah, the most hated man on TikTok right now.
This is all I got from this video, and I am going to tell black people something, and this is something I am very sure that you all know too. It's not something that is new. Stop shopping at Asian stores. I don't know if you have stopped, but stop shopping there. Stop going to their grocery stores, all the stores in black neighborhoods. It is your money. You heard what he said, that they are doing better than you and even the white people, because they gave them loan to open stores, liquor stores, all that, all over black community. That is why they are able to take your money. It is your money that they are taking. And it is also your money that he heard him. Let me tell a little bit story, because one thing about black history is that even when it comes to racism, right, if you check very well, it will take you back to history, right? What I found out about Asians and all that is the fact that white people knew how to make my people feel less of themselves, how to make them, I don't know how to explain this, but all these things is something that they really masterminded before they started executing them. Right? Now, after slavery and all that, everybody started growing, looking for a way to survive. Black people also want to survive, and they started asking for loan to start business and all that. They were denied loan. They were denied loan. The only people they gave loan were the Asians. Why did they give Asians loan? Because they do not want Asians to come in their own community to start selling all these liquor store, having liquor stores, hair salon, and all that. They gave them loan and told them to move to our own black people's side and do whatever they wish. The same loan that they are able the same loan that they are able to get. If someone that look like me with his business proposal and all that go out to get that loan, they will not get that loan, because the system, they know what they were doing. The system wasn't, from the onset, the system is broken. And it is not broken because somebody broke it. It is broken because that is how they want the system to be. You know, the other day, one of my videos, I said they are corny, right? I have my reason for saying that. And it's even got, they are very corny. I told you that after election, they all ran away from the internet because they knew what they did. And this is nothing new. Black people already knew them. That's why they don't even bother. Right? And the riot and all that started, they are not talking, they are not saying anything. So everybody's asking, where they are also asking themselves, where are we? Are we not seeing what is going on? That we are not talking according, like the Asians. I'm speaking like, you know, are we not seeing what is going on in LA? Are we not supposed to speak up? That we are able to be here is because Black people made it possible. The civil rights and all that. Right? That was how they influenced their own influencers. Do not even talk about it. Why? They said because majority of them signed contract or as an influencer not to talk about politics. Liars from the pit of hell. Burn their butts. You know? So now, you can see, he said he is, at this point in time, that he is the most hated. Like, who is even hating on him? The way he looked. Bro, these people think that, you know, yeah, they won't even hesitate. These people will not hesitate, you know, to call you coronavirus. It is his audacity actually for me. I don't know what I think he thinks that he is close to. But his eyes are too tiny for somebody not to know where he's from. And his accent too. Even if it's perfect, you definitely will know. His hair texture too. I know. His face structure. I know, bro. I know you're Asian. It's obvious. So, Black people have been there, but we are doing better than all these people. You see one thing with corny people. When a corny man dies, a corny man will bury him. I don't know how, if this is like, you know, this is one adage they always speak where I come from. So I am not going to talk too much, but one thing I am going to tell us is stop shopping at their store. Bye for now.